Bentley truck, I'm too up. Y'all bitch a little too slow. It's no need to catch up. Big drugs on big drugs, I'm too stuck. Now please can't you pass me my double cup? It got me thinking when I was fucked up. And y'all nigga really be bad luck. And wonder why a bitch really.
Okay, you guys. I guess I should do an intro. Hey, you guys, it's Mandy from Mandy's World, and I'm here today with kind of a different video than I normally do, like the thing y'all normally used to seeing me do. And I know you guys, I'm new to this, so y'all don't really know me or know like my situation or know my past or what I've been going through. So I feel like I need to do this video so that I can tell you guys about why I'm doing the video. I don't know. I know it sounds so strange. I know it sounds crazy, but okay, listen. The video, as you notice from the title, is about mental illness and anxiety and just dealing with day-to-days, but it's also mainly about abuse and how abuse can trigger mental illness. Mental illness is something that a lot of people live with daily and don't even know that they're living with it. I mean, it took me 36 years to be diagnosed as bipolar manic depressive and also diagnosed as having PTSD. Now, the bipolar part, I've lived with all my life. I don't remember a day. I didn't know what it was. I will say I did not know what it was because coming up in the black community, nobody talks about mental illness for the most part. You know what I'm saying? Like, most of the time, you might have an Uncle Willie or somebody that they keep in a room that he come out for holiday, get his plate, and go back in that room. Like, nobody really deals with him. Like, you might have one of those uncles, and people consider that in the black community as mental illness because they be like, oh, that's crazy Uncle Willie. But people don't talk about the everyday mental illness that people face, everyday anxiety, depression, bouts of manicness. When I was younger, honestly, I dealt with moments of hypersexuality, like to where I don't know, I can't even explain it. Before I was diagnosed and before I began taking medicine, the sex thing was more than just for pleasure. You understand? Like, it was feeding something inside of me. It was more than, like, most people have sex for pleasure and just, okay, they do it and they're good and that's fine. But it was like a need or something that I was fulfilling with it. I'll say that. So that's how I'll explain that. It was a need that I was fulfilling with that. I would go through bouts of depression to where I would hate to even get up out of the bed. I would go like days without showering. Like, if I'm on the sofa, I would watch reality shows was my thing. I would sit and binge watch. And then they hadn't made Netflix, so Netflix just made it easier to be depressed. And no shots fired at Netflix. It ain't y'all fault. I was dealing with a chemical imbalance that I didn't know I had. Then I would get up and pull myself out the depression, but then I would go into a manic state, which then I would be doing so much at such a rapid pace that I was getting nothing accomplished or nothing finished because I could not focus on one thing long enough to do it to the end, to the fullest. I always consider myself a starter, not a finisher. Period. Like, I consider myself a starter, not a finisher, not knowing that I just could not focus long enough on one thing to do it because I was having an imbalance in my brain. I didn't know this. Okay? So all that to say, I dealt with that for years before I even met this man. Now, I'm gonna give y'all a little backstory on the whole situation because all of that is leading up to the episode yesterday, which caused me to have this big old bout of anxiety that I thought I was through with, that I thought I was finished with, because I had been doing so good for so many years, and I've been on medication, and everything's been fine, and I haven't been anxious, and everything's been fine, okay? So, backstory. Boom. 2014, I met this guy. Nice guy. He was different. I was working at the time at a life insurance company, selling life insurance to older people. And also, I had a few private clients that I did home health for, about 3 of them at the time. And I was doing good. I can't lie. I had a nice new truck, my own place with my kids. Everything was nice. Everything was like perfect. But like most women, I got bored. It was mundane. It was a routine. It was an order. Nothing was exciting. And the bipolar in me felt that I was missing something. You know what I mean? Like, I felt like I was losing my mind because I just could not deal with my everyday routine, constantly the same, every day, nothing changing. And out of nowhere, this man comes along. He was exciting. Okay, first of all, I'll say he was exciting. Like, he was from Florida. And he had swag, very attractive, beautiful green eyes that, like, drew you in. I mean, immediately. Like, I just can't even describe him. Like, he was a star. And honestly, he was a rapper, and he rapped and passed, so I'm not even going to touch on that because I don't want nobody to know who he is, period. But, this guy won me over immediately. Like, one day he called me like, I went to the strip club and I got into a fight and I need a nurse. Can you come nurse me back to health? And I went to his house, and honestly, immediately I fell in love with him. Like, I'm a Capricorn, he's a Taurus. Like, we had some kind of connection. We had like some kind of animal attraction. I don't know. I think our signs are compatible. Don't quote me, but I do think our zodiac signs are compatible. Now, boom, when I first met him, it was a party. Like, every day at his house was a party. I used to work not too far from where he lived, and he used to be like, girl, he would be texting me while I'm at work. What time you go to lunch? Come over. Come on. You know, I got a bottle. You know, I got some weed. We could chill. We could have a good time. That was when I was smoking weed, you guys. I don't smoke weed no more. And I don't drink no more. But at that time, he was turning up. He was turning up. I ain't gonna lie. And he had the party house. Everybody was there in the apartments, and it was a party every day. And so I found myself getting to work and getting aggravated at work and leaving work, finding excuses. But come to find out, my manager, or he wasn't even my manager, he was just like the supervisor, like the shift supervisor, lived directly next door to this man. Lived directly next door to him. And I mean, it couldn't have happened any crazier than that. And I know that's hard to believe, but he lived right next door. So, like I said, I was skipping out on work. And one day I went into the office, and my boss was just like, you know what, honey? I tried to fight for you, but you know, attendance is important with the company, and you have been missing a lot of days. And really, it was because one Friday I left work early, and my supervisor came home, and I was standing on their porch. They had like a little balcony porch thing, and the look he gave me that day, I just knew, like, I lost my job. He going to tell him. He is going to tell me. I know. So that Monday when I went in, sure enough, they fucking fired my ass. They fired me. So I did have my 3 private duty patients though left. So I was surviving off of that. But it was here come the bipolar. The manic was coming out of me, and it was telling me, you don't care. You don't need that job, girl. You partying. You having a good time. What you need to go to work for? Like, it had me in the wrong frame of mind, in a not focused frame of mind, in a not logical frame of mind. So boom, he gets evicted because, of course, he lived in the party house in his apartment complex, and I don't know how to explain him. Like, if he gets upset, you'll know he's upset, and he's going to make sure you know he's upset. So he was giving the lady in the office a hard time, so they evicted him. And like I said, that was the beginning of my demise. Honestly, like, I didn't know what was going on with him, honestly, except I knew he was like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Sometimes I would come over there, he would be the sweetest man you could ever find. Make cook for me, run my bath water. He was always sweet. I ain't gonna take that from him. No, I ain't gonna hold you. He was always sweet. But he would turn into this monster. At that time, I didn't know it was cocaine. I didn't know it was cocaine, because I had never been around cocaine. Like, okay, I'm from New Orleans and I'm from the hood, and okay, I've seen people selling crack and all that, and I've seen crackheads, but I never knew, I never really met nobody before that did powder. So I didn't know the signs, and I didn't know, that was what was going on. But it's like one night, a family member of his died, and he had to go to Miami to go to the funeral. And this was like early on into the relationship, maybe like a month and a half, 2 months into the relationship. And that's when I found out that that's what he was doing, because another family member called and was like, girl, he is strung out, he high, he acting crazy, da 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 da. So I was like, send him home. Now, the nurturer in me wanted to help this man, wanted to save this man. I thought that there was something that I could do to make it better for him. You feel me? So when he came home, I was like going straight to work. Like, oh, I can help you. I'm going to get you clean. Da 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 da. We ain't got to worry about nothing. I got your back. I'm your girl. I love you. But this is when the fighting started. He would want to leave to go get high, but I would want to try to keep him with me to keep him sober. So then it became physical to where we were physically fighting. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna lie and say I never threw no blows too. It was blows back and forth. I can admit it. It was blows back and forth. So I'll never say that. At that point, it was still blows back and forth because I wasn't scared of him. Like I said, I'm from New Orleans, and baby, you're not gonna put your hands on me without me putting my hands on you. That was in the beginning, though. That was in the beginning. So time goes on. He moves in with me. And it's like, when he came back from Miami, he moved in with me. And it was tough because I had kids. I had 5 kids. He was a single man with no kids at first. You know what I'm saying? So it was a big adjustment. And I had teenage boys at the time who was not used to a man being around. You know what I mean? And well, my younger kids' dad, they were used to him. Because he was with them since they were little. But other than that, I never brought men around my kids. I still don't bring men around my kids. But I don't know. It was just like I thought I was in love with him. You know what I'm saying? So, boom, speed up, boom, to why we are having these issues now. In 2015, this man makes an attempt on my life. He tries to kill me. He chokes me and tries to throw me off a balcony at a hotel in front of my kids and in front of so many people outside of the hotel or whatever, and in front of the security guard. All I remember, it was so crazy because it was like his birthday weekend and we rented a hotel and we were turning up and everything was great, but I don't know. It was like he left for a moment, came back, and something was wrong. He was different. I didn't know what it was or why he was acting like that, but he was different. And when he came back, we went out. I had bought bottles. I had gave him $250. I had bought me an outfit, him an outfit. We was looking good. We went out. We had a good time. But as we went out, he started picking fights with people and being irate and just like, I was like, I knew something was wrong. So I was like, I gotta get him home. So we were there with a friend of his and his girlfriend. And I was like, you gotta get us back to the hotel because he's cutting up and I don't want him to go to jail. So we get back to the hotel and we're sitting in the bathroom I was sitting on the tub and he was sitting on the toilet. And I remember him saying, you told, and it's somebody in the industry that he worked with, that I'm doing whatever. Okay, the camera died, so we gonna finish the story. My bad, you guys. You know what I'm saying? What a time for the camera to die when I'm limited to the story. So anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, he was cutting up. So oh boy brings us back to the hotel. So we gets back to the hotel, and the kids are in the room. So we go sit into the bathroom because we wanted to smoke and we didn't want to smoke around the kids. So I'm sitting on the tub and he's sitting on the toilet. And he goes, you told such and such that I'm doing such and such. And that's why he don't mess with me no more. It's because of you. You the reason why my career is like it is and how I'm having a hard time and da-da-da. So he hauls off and punches me. And I have never told this story, you guys. I didn't even go to court with this man. This is the first time I'm telling this story. I didn't even go to trial or anything. Okay. So, y'all finding out this story. I've never told nobody this story. Oh my God. This feels so crazy, but I have to get this out, you guys. I have to get this out. So, and I don't know if it's part of my therapy or what, but I just gotta get it out. And I'm not saying no names, so it's not like I'm telling on him or nothing like that. I'm just telling the story. So yeah, he punches me into the tub and like jumps on me. So I jump up and because I'm thinking to myself, oh Lord, we in this little bitty bathroom. I'm not about to let him get the best of me in this bathroom. So I hit him, I open the door and I run out into the room. Now, the room had double beds, like one and then one. You know how most double room hotel rooms are. And in the middle, they had like a little stand with a phone and, you know, a lamp and some stuff on it. So we're in the middle of the two beds and he's like hitting me. So I grabbed the phone handle because it was like one of those old school phones and I proceed to hit him with it, thinking that it would back him up. But it's so crazy. His eyes, which are normally green, was like a hazel brown color, but behind it, I guess his pupils was like hazel brown, but behind it, I don't know what you call them, the parts that's white were like bloodshot red. And I mean, he looked like a demon was in him. And I was so afraid, so I'm hitting him with the phone, and all I know is somehow the phone cord broke off the phone. So I'm hitting him, but it's not phasing him. Like the hardest I was hitting him, he should have backed up off me. You feel me? Because I ain't no little girl, and I was smaller then, but I wasn't too much smaller than I am now. So I push him and then I run out the room because my thought was, okay, this man is not, I'm like, because the whole time I was talking to him, like begging him and like saying, babe, what's wrong with you? Stop. I don't know what you're talking about. It didn't happen like that. Calm down, whatever. Trying to calm him down, but he was not. He was somebody else. He wasn't listening to me. So my first thought was, okay, whatever's going to happen is not about to happen in this room with my children here. And whatever's going to happen, I need video so that if I die tonight, it's a record. So I run out of the room, and it's like an outside type of hotel, like where the balcony is outside. You can see outside. So I run outside, but he runs behind me, and he grabs me like from behind. And he's like clawing. He had long, hard nails clawing my face. I got scars. You probably can't see because I got makeup on, but I got scars that'll never go away. It's lifelong scars as evidence of this. But it's like he was clawing, trying to pull me back. And all I know is I was like still hitting him with the phone, and he spun me around. And when he spun me around, I could see my children standing in the door looking. and I could see him, and I'm like, we gonna call him Boo. I'm like, Boo, stop, please stop. Look at the kids. The kids is right there. Please don't do this, please. And he grabs me by my throat and proceeds to squeeze. At this point, I'm still hitting him with the phone. It's not facing him, but then I just remember becoming limp. Like, I remember not being able to fight no more, and I remember seeing gray. Like, I saw little white flecks in my eyes, and I just remember closing my eyes and seeing gray. Like, it, to me, every time I think about it, it's like when you close your eyes, when you spin around real fast and you close your eyes and you see the sky, and the sky looks gray or bluish gray. Clouds. I kept telling the man I saw clouds, but that's what I mean. Like, it just was like a bluish gray. I don't know. So he's choking me till I'm near unconscious, and he picks me up, and now he's hanging me over the balcony, but my head and my upper body is hanging over the rail. Like, and he's steady choking me. And all I can hear is people like, let her go, stop, let her go, stop, let her go. And I feel somebody grab me and pull me back up over the rail. At that time, I'm like confused. Like, you know, like, I don't know. It's like coming out of like a deep sleep, and you don't know where you at or what happened. And the man he grabs me and he brings me downstairs into the lobby. And I still had the phone in my hand. I remember walking up to the front desk and sitting the phone down with blood all over the phone. And I hadn't even seen my face or anything yet or whatever. And I remember just one tear dropped. And the man said, who is that? And I said, that's my boyfriend. And he said, we're calling the police. We've called the police. They're on their way. He's got your kids upstairs. He has your kids upstairs. We don't know what he's capable of, so we wanted the police to handle it. So next thing I know, the police get there and they're like, ma'am, what happened? I'm like, sir, I don't even know. Like, we got into it about nothing. I don't even know why he cut up like that or whatever. But the security guard was so upset, and people outside, witnesses, were so upset that they decided to arrest him, but they had to go get my kids first. So I'm standing outside. I'm like, just let my kids come down the stairs. I'm talking to him at this point. He's like standing in the doorway with my daughter in his arms, and my other sons are right there. And he lets the boys go. He lets the boys go. So I'm like standing there like, oh my God, what's going on? So all I see is police going up the balcony. Some on this side and some on this side. One grabs my daughter and one grabs him. They throw him in the car. He goes to jail. Boom. Okay. He goes to jail. He didn't even stay in jail the first time. He went to jail the first time and got out on bail, blah, 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 blah. Period. Boom. He gets convicted. I'm not even going to make this longer than it is. He gets convicted, right? Now, they give him like, I think 10 years, or 5 with 10 years probation or something like that. But he ends up doing 2.5 years, and he has the rest of the time probation. Now, that was 2015. Boom. This dude proceeds to go back and forth to jail. Back and forth to jail, because by this time he is on heavier drugs than cocaine. I'm not even going to put his business out there, but he's on heavier drugs than cocaine, and he really was doing stuff that I wouldn't agree with, and I'm sure if he was in his right frame of mind, he wouldn't agree with either. So this speeds forward to yesterday about 5:30, I got home from work, my usual, cooked dinner, took a shower, took the dog out, all the regular shit, and my phone starts ringing. So I answered the phone. It was a Houston number, so already I was like, who could that be? And I answered the phone, and it's like, you have a collect call from Harris County, blah, 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 and he says his name. Boom! As soon as he says his name, I don't, girl, it was like, I don't know. It was like, you know how if you're sitting inside and somebody beating on the door, like say you about to get put out your apartment, girl, in the constable there at the door banging on the door. It was like some old crazy shit. Like as soon as he said his name, like I lost my freaking mind. Like I don't know. I just panicked. Like, and so I hung up the phone as if he could have did anything. The man is in jail. Like what the hell? So I answered, like it's like he proceeded to call every 5 minutes from 5 till like 1 o'clock. It had to been like, I'm lying, it wasn't even 1, it was like 12 o'clock midnight. He called back to back to back to back. Now mind you, I haven't talked to this man in like 2 years. You know what I'm saying? Like I haven't really talked to him in like 2 years. So it scared me. My life has been going great. My life has been going lovely. I have not had any issues. I promise you I haven't. So, like, it scared me. It sent me to a place. It sent me to a place of anxiety and fear and unsurety. And I don't know, it just had me upset. So I called my therapist immediately. Like I'm like, girl, I know it's late. I need to talk to you. I gotta get this off my chest because I don't know what to do. I need to process this before I touch. You know, I don't want to get high. I don't want to drink. I don't want to do nothing. I need to process what's going on. So she sits and talks to me. She's like, you're a different person now. You're a different person now. You know what I mean? I had took my meds because I have a mood stabilizer. One is a mood stabilizer and one is for anxiety. I took my meds, boom, and I began to calm down. But at first my heart was racing. I was hot. My stomach, it's a fireball that I cannot describe in the pit of your stomach. It's like a feeling of angst. It's like a feeling of like you're in a dark, walking down a dark hallway and it feels like somebody's behind you. It's like that kind of feeling. Like I couldn't get past it. You know what I mean? So she talked me down off the cliff, basically. Like, girl, you good. They're about to transfer him to the penitentiary, and I think that's why he wants to talk to me, because he knows he's about to go to prison. She said, like, maybe he wants a connection. You know, men that's going to the penitentiary, they want a street connection. They need somebody that they could write letters and people could, because I was that girl for him. I ain't gonna lie, and I ain't gonna be the one to lie to say that when he went to jail that I wasn't that girl for him. I was that girl for him. Put money on the books, made sure the phone was ready for him to call. Like, I was her because I was still in that, I was abused. So I felt like, it's like, they call it Stockholm Syndrome, when you go to feel like it's your fault and, you know, you should be there for him and it's not about you, it's about him. That's how I was for a long time before I found out who I am and what I deserve and what I don't need. You know what I mean? So, all that to say, you guys, if there's anybody out there right now in an abusive relationship, sis, I want you to know, if you're watching, you deserve better. You are worth it. You're worthy. And one mistake, he could have dropped me. He could have choked me to where I died. Like, one mistake and you can be gone and your kids will be visiting you at a grave site. All they'll have is a tombstone. If you're in an abusive relationship, get out, sis. Get out. Get out. If you're dealing with mental illness, get help. There is help out here. I love Austin. Austin is one of the cities that really believe in helping people with mental issues. Get help. Black people have mental issues too. It's not just for white people. Mental illness is not a white disease, okay? So get help, you guys. And I've already held you guys long enough. But I had to get that off my chest, and I do feel 1,000 times better. I thought I was gonna cry, you guys, but I didn't. I'm a big girl. I put my big girl panties on and told the story without any tears, even though it's all very emotional. And I had a lot of repercussions that I had to deal with just for this whole being in this whole situation. So like I said, you guys, if you need help, you can talk to me. But comment down below. Talk to me. I'll let you know what I had to go through and how I got myself better, how I got clean. I'll tell that story. I had to go to rehab, honey. I had to go to rehab. I'll tell the story about I had to go to rehab. I'm human. I am human. I am no better than anybody else. Do you feel me? I know people on YouTube like to be on YouTube like they ain't never been through shit, girl. I've been through it all. That's why I'm here for you. That's why I'm here. Just like you, I'm no better. So, you guys, if you've enjoyed this story time, or it's not even a story time, I don't even know what to call it. It was a rant, or I don't know, therapy for me. But subscribe to my channel, like, and definitely comment. And if you have somebody in your family that's going through the things that I was going through, reach out to them. They feel alone. Guaranteed, right now they're feeling alone. Reach out to them. Make sure they're okay. Check on your family members, okay? Now, I love you, Mandy Gang. Talk to you guys later.